Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, a crash in Johnston County. Crews have the road blocked on NC 222. The investigation underway now as we monitor this scene from the air and on the ground.
Plus, a shooting in Raleigh. Officers are investigating at an apartment complex. We'll take you live to the scene from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker.
And today is the day things begin to change. It becomes a little hotter and we get back into a wetter pattern too. We have a chance for storms this evening. I'll show you who's most likely to see those.
Just announced Durham is getting a new downtown YMCA. How it plans to be bigger and better at the American Tobacco campus. I mean, it's always really good when you have more options and, more places to work out, hang out, that kind of thing. Thanks for joining us. I'm Destiny Patterson.
And I'm Renee Chu. It will certainly be an exciting addition to the American Tobacco campus. We have gorgeous sunshine out there and mild temperatures, but summer's going to make a comeback. Elizabeth Gardner out on the WRAL weather patio to show us what's in store.
So what's happening right now is we have a cold front that's pushing closer to the mountains, and you can already see some showers and thunderstorms there. Typically out ahead of a front, we have a flow that comes up from the south, so you'll notice today is warmer. It's very pleasant out here this morning, like we've seen the last several mornings, but this afternoon it's going to feel a little hotter. It's going to be late in the evening before we see any thunderstorms. We have a 20% chance in our forecast right around the evening commute, but that's really going to be up near the Virginia line, and then just a 30% chance during the evening. I'm going to walk you through it on Futurecast. A lot of the showers and storms will be up near the Virginia line. Taking a live look out of the gardens here, beautiful. It is 63 with a dew point of 58, so it feels comfortable, but it's a little warmer than it was yesterday. Still holding on to 55 in Roxborough, but moving on up into the low to mid 60s elsewhere. And we'll climb into the upper 80s for this afternoon. Still on track for some 90s for the weekend. We'll take a look at that coming up. Grant?
Seeing more of those typical delays headed westbound on I-40, also westbound on 87, just west of Wendell, headed west towards just past Zebulon and also past Nightdale as well. So could still see some minor delays headed westbound there. Want to make a quick mention of this off Spring Forest Road, an area that we are watching that had that accident. That scene has been cleared out, so it's a good sign there that things have been cleared out off of Spring Forest Road. Also watching a couple more accidents. One is in Garner. Looks like my computer's having some delays here. One's in Garner and one is on the north side of town. Again, that Spring Forest Road accident has been cleared out. The one that's still in Garner has not been cleared out yet. You're seeing still some delays headed westbound and could see delays headed southbound as well with this accident at East Garner Road and New Rand Road. And one more accident. This is at East Millbrook Road at Green Road. Not seeing any delays there, but could see at least some minor delays in that general area as they work to clear that scene out. So from NC 50, 98, 6-minute delay there, and from Infinity Road, a 2-minute delay. Tune us in the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Grant, thank you. New into our newsroom, we have reports of a shooting in Raleigh. This happened on Yester Court near Lead Mine Road. WRAL's Ali Kadlubar is in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker and just got to the scene. Ali, what are you seeing right now?
Yes, well, we do see a handful of police units out here. We are seeing police officers as well. They don't have their lights on, but we do see there's an ambulance out here. EMS is out here. A neighbor told me that she saw an ambulance leave without their lights on. We aren't seeing a crime scene tape set up, but we are seeing police outside of that apartment unit or townhome right there. So we are really trying to find out more information about what's going on here, what police investigation is underway. We're going to keep you guys updated. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlubar, WRAL News.
Thanks, Ali. Now on to another situation that is developing. Right now, a road is closed after a crash on NC 222 in Johnston County. It happened near Raper Road around 6:30 this morning. WRAL's Monica Casey just arrived at that scene. Monica, what are you seeing right now?
Stand by, coming back.
We'll check back in with Monica when we get a chance. I know we were having some audio issues there. New this morning, we learned 2 people are in custody after shots were fired at state troopers. Highway Patrol says a trooper tried to pull a car over on I-295 just before 8:30 8:30 Tuesday night. The driver didn't stop, and Highway Patrol says a passenger leaned out of a window and started shooting. Troopers say 21-year-old Jamar Moore was the passenger that fired gunshots from the car. They also arrested 29-year-old Destiny Williamson, who they say was behind the wheel. New this morning, the YMCA of the Triangle is revealing plans to expand in downtown Durham. The new location will be at the American Tobacco campus. It'll be 65,000 square feet and several stories tall. The YMCA says this is a new concept for it.
It will be a first being in a downtown community like this. It will be a multi-storied YMCA. The lot's fairly small, so we'll go up instead of out. But it gives us a lot of unique opportunities.
Construction is expected to begin in 2027 and be complete by 2029.
A busy Raleigh road is back open this morning after a 2.5-week closure. We're talking about Tryon Road, the stretch between Avent Ferry Road and Gorman Street. Emergency repairs after a sewer main break on August 18th forced lane closures there. The city of Raleigh says paving is now complete and all lanes are back open.
A domestic violence advocate is accused of stealing from the people she was supposed to help. 57-year-old Gloria Maldonado worked for Siler City Police since 2015. According to an arrest warrant, she stole thousands of dollars meant to help people get visas. The visas protect victims of abuse while incentivizing them to help law enforcement investigate or prosecute the crimes. An immigration lawyer tells WRAL these visas are already very difficult to get.
Every delay created by this individual in this particular case, every delay really has a material impact on when these individuals will become lawfully documented in the United States, have identification, and feel protected by the process that was meant to say thank you for trying to keep our communities safe.
Maldonado has been charged with 2 counts of obtaining property by false pretense, and she's out on bond. She's due in court later this month.
2 people are facing charges this morning in connection with the chase that ended in a 5-car crash in Raleigh. Sky 5 shows the aftermath of the crash Tuesday on Poole Road. Deputies arrested Aaron Mosley and China Crawford. Authorities say Mosley drove away when they tried to pull him over and eventually crashed. Crawford was a passenger in that car. 3 people were hurt in the crash. We're told they should be okay. Mosley faces charges including hit and run and driving with a revoked license. Crawford is charged with trafficking and conspiring to traffic methamphetamine.
Taking you back to that scene on NC 222 in Johnston County. Again, it happened near Raper Road around 6:30 this morning. Let's get you back out to Monica Casey, who just got to the scene. Monica, can you give us some perspective here?
Yeah, Destiny, this road has now reopened. You can see SHP is actually just leaving this scene here. This is their car driving by. What we do know is that this car, this white SUV here that is being towed away, was part of their investigation. You can see there is some crime scene tape in the back handle door there of that car, and they're towing it away right now. We also had Sky 5 here just a little while ago, giving us an idea of what things looked like before we arrived on scene when this road was closed earlier this morning. Now, we know there was an ambulance here on scene before we arrived. We also know there was evidence that was circled with some red lines here. And then we also know that that SUV that seems to be at the center of all of this did have the airbag deployed. So we are in contact with State Highway Patrol working to learn what exactly happened. This is, again, NC 222 in Johnston County. For now, I'll send it back to you all in studio.
I know you'll keep us updated. The Hopscotch Music Festival gets started today in Raleigh. As organizers get ready for final preps, there are a few traffic alerts to tell you about. Take a look at your screen. This is a layout of where those events are happening. Fayetteville Street between Davie Street will be shut down, and the south end of City Plaza. Martin Street parking next to Moore Square is also reserved for the festival. This is the 15th annual Hopscotch Music Festival, and today the headliners are Earl Sweatshirt, Built to Spill, Unwound, and Frog. That festival runs through Saturday. Test scores are improving across our state. New data shows 57% of 3rd through 8th grade students are testing on grade level for math. That's nearly back to pre-pandemic levels. In Wake County, math scores are even higher than they were before COVID. It's a different story, though, for reading. State scores are still about 4% lower than 2019.
Reading takes a lot of time and a lot of training, and we've done the training, and now we want to align some of the other supports.
The state saw progress in other areas. The percentage of students graduating in 4 years jumped from 87% to 87.7%. That's just shy of the state's goal of 92% by 2030.
In Durham, some kids took it upon themselves to beautify a fence that surrounds a massive sinkhole in the Cornwallis Road community, and they did it with art. Now they're disappointed after someone took down all the art. The children helped cut out flowers and painted them last week. They tell WRAL it's disheartening to see their hard work destroyed, especially as the sinkhole issue still plagues the neighborhood.
After we came back the next time, a lot of the office people picked it up, threw it away, or kids were just like messing with it. So we didn't really know what to do after that.
We've reached out to the Durham Housing Authority. They say they are working with contractors to address the issue, creating the sinkholes. In the meantime, they ask people to stay away from the sinkholes and the fence. It is 8:11 now. The future of Raleigh. Mayor Janet Cowell is laying out how the city is doing. The hopes she has for a future Major League Baseball team. Plus,
every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain.
Vaccine mandate rollback. Florida is creating controversy by getting rid of requirements for school students. Why health experts say they're alarmed.
And today's the day we see some changes. It turns hotter, but also wetter. We have a chance in parts of the viewing area for some evening thunderstorms. I'll show you who will be affected. It is 8:14. Well, take a look at the tropics. We continue to watch a wave of low pressure that's coming off the coast of Africa. We are in the peak of the hurricane season right now, and that's typically where we see storms developing. So nothing unusual out there. This is far, far away at this point. We're not likely to see that storm making it into our anywhere close to us anytime soon. It has about a 40% chance of developing in the next 2 days and an 80% chance of developing as we get into the next 7 days. It's likely to head toward the middle of the Atlantic in the next 7 days or so, but if it were going to approach the United States, it would be anywhere from a week and a half to possibly 2 weeks away. So it's something we'll watch very closely, but too early to tell where it may go.
And watching a new accident, this is near Falls of News Road and Wide River Drive, headed southbound there. You can see there are some delays headed southbound there. So, with that accident, watch that area. Could have some delays in that general area with that crash still ongoing, and they're working to clear that. 7-minute delay from Knightdale right now. Also 12-minute delay from Wake Forest. So still seeing some delays from the east and north sides of town. Should start to see that clear up here in the next little while. Tune us in the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Thanks, Grant. At least 17 people are dead in Portugal after a streetcar crash in the capital city. Officials in Lisbon say one of the city's streetcars derailed last night. More than a dozen other people were injured. At least 5 people are in serious condition, including a child. Witnesses say they saw the car barreling down a hill out of control before it crashed. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused it to derail.
Raleigh Mayor Janet Cowell is talking about the city's progress. The mayor held a roundtable with journalists where she went over topics including public safety, transportation funding, and affordable housing. She also talked about the likelihood of Raleigh getting a Major League Baseball team.
We want to make sure our economics are solid enough that we are a contender to host a Major League Baseball team. And that goes back to these economics of property tax base, the amenities, investing in the infrastructure. We want to be ready when the time comes. And I feel like, again, I think we're laying that groundwork locally. I think the state is very interested.
Cowell answered questions for roughly 30 minutes. We have the full conversation on our YouTube page.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could be facing some tough questions today. Kennedy is expected to testify before the Senate Finance Committee. He will likely face questions on vaccines and recent firings at the CDC. Since becoming America's top health official, he has fired several vaccine experts in the government, and he's also significantly cut vaccine research efforts. Earlier this week, more than 1,000 Health and Human Services employees called for his resignation.
Florida has announced plans to become the first state to end vaccine mandates for school-aged children. Among the shots that would no longer be required would be measles, polio, tetanus, chickenpox, and hepatitis B. Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo says this is about personal choice. Medical experts are alarmed.
Vaccines in your body, God bless you. And I hope you make an informed decision. And that's how it should be.
We saw the measles outbreak this year, more cases than we've seen in 30 years, over 1,400 people sick, many hospitalized, and unfortunately some people that passed. We can decrease these by kids getting vaccinated.
Ladapo says the health department will immediately move to end non-statutory mandates. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says state lawmakers will start looking into legislation to end any remaining mandates after that.
President Donald Trump is expected to speak with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today. This is almost 2 weeks after Trump met with Russian President Vladimir Putin about ending the war in Ukraine and encouraging the two leaders to meet face to face. That hasn't happened yet. According to the White House, there's currently no scheduled phone call with Putin. Yesterday, Trump said Russia will face consequences if steps are not taken to end the war. President will also be hosting several major tech leaders at the White House today. Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Bill Gates are a few of the big names expected to be at the Rose Garden dinner tonight. The White House says this is the first event to be held at the newly renovated Rose Garden patio.
Incredible video shows a powerful Category 4 hurricane churning in the Pacific Ocean. You're looking at Hurricane Kiko from satellite imagery. Forecasters expect the storm to veer west and could be tracking close to Hawaii by next week. I'm glad that we don't have to worry about a hurricane right now. In fact, we've had really, really nice weather, but we know that storms could be on the way, Elizabeth.
We're about to change up our weather pattern. We have a cold front that's moving close to the mountains right now. We're not seeing its impact just yet. Of course, you can see behind me beautiful sunshine here and the gardens. And we take a look at Fayetteville, Raleigh, Apex, and Chapel Hill. Beautiful clear skies. Just a few high thin cloud cover, just some high thin cloud cover out there right now. And Chapel Hill is courtesy of Top of the Hill restaurant. But we jump out and take a look at where this front is affecting folks. And that's going to be back into the mountains. You can see showers and thunderstorms. It's likely that we'll start to see some cloud cover increasing by mid to late afternoon. And ahead of this front, our wind is now coming out of the south, and so that will warm up our temperatures this afternoon, and we stay pretty hot all the way through much of the weekend. Here's Futurecast. At lunchtime, we're still nice and clear. As we move Futurecast through time, by 3 or 4 o'clock, we start to see some increase in our cloud cover. Notice that most of the rain that we see out of this system is going to be up near the Virginia line. This is 8 o'clock at night, and we're nice and quiet. I know a lot of folks are going to be headed out to hopscotch this evening, so it's nice and dry at 8 o'clock. It's not likely to be until around maybe 10 or 11 before we have that potential for a shower or thunderstorm in the triangle, and it should move through pretty quickly. Most of it stays up to our north. And then after that, Friday's a nice, quiet, dry day. Now, for today, we do have a level 1 risk for severe storms back across the mountains and the Triad, but none of that here. Our southerly flow continues to warm things up on Saturday and Sunday, and we have another front that comes through. That front late Saturday evening also could produce the potential for a few isolated severe storms, and then that front stalls to our south, and Sunday afternoon and evening, we have the chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms again. So our severe weather threat for Saturday is again going to be up near the Virginia line. It'll be pretty late at night. 20% chance during the day today. Really not much chance during the day Saturday, but an overnight chance, and then a chance Sunday afternoon. So what does that mean for your outdoor plans? Saturday looks pretty good. On Sunday in the afternoon and evening, especially in our southern counties, we'll have that chance of some scattered storms. It's going to be hotter too. 88 today, 91 Friday, 93 on Saturday.
And still watching that accident headed southbound Falls of Noose Road at Wide River Road. Still seeing some backups there. back up probably about a half mile still. Again, this is just from our traffic map here. No cameras in that area, but again, still watch for some delays in that general area. Also, I-87 still seeing some delays headed westbound on I-87. This is near Smithfield Road, but areas back towards Zebulon, also near Knightdale, have seen some delays. Again, just from folks headed towards Raleigh this morning. So could still see some of those delays on I-40 and on I-87 throughout the course of this morning. So keep that in mind in your morning commute. You can see our drive times right now, and still 6-minute delay from Knightdale. From Wake Forest, a 13-minute delay. So headed southbound from Wake Forest, still seeing some issues there. From Apex now a 5-minute delay, so no major delays there, but again, a little bit of a delay headed from Apex towards Raleigh. A 7-minute delay from NC 50 towards Durham, and a 3-minute delay from Infinity Road. Tune us in the radio, 1015 HD3.
Grant, thank you. Alleged scammer confronted. A man accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from a woman in Granville County. Her response when she meets him again face to face.
September savings. If you missed the Labor Day weekend sales, don't worry. 5 on Your Side has a look at some of the Consumer Report's top-rated products still on sale.
And if you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures of the weather where you are, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
It's 8:26. I'm Destiny Patterson. Meteorologist Elizabeth Garner joining me now. Elizabeth, we have had beautiful weather. What are we looking at now?
So it's still really pretty right now, but we do have a cold front that's back to our west. That means increasing clouds and a chance for some showers and thunderstorms this evening, especially for our northern counties. It's pretty in downtown Raleigh right now. They are all set up for a hopscotch later on this evening, and there is a chance of late evening thunderstorms. We're talking 10 or 11 o'clock, just briefly in the triangle, but more of that is likely up near the Virginia line. It's going to feel hotter today. If you're walking the dog this morning, it feels great, but we'll see a high of 88, and our evening temperatures will still be in the low to mid 80s.
And watching I-40 westbound closely, still seeing a 6-minute delay from I-440 to US 1 heading westbound on 40. So keep that in mind. Again, 40 has been backed up with folks headed into town, so gonna have some delays there. And you're seeing 6-minute delay from Knightdale, still 13-minute delay from Wake Forest, from Apex a 5-minute delay, and then from eastbound on 40 from I-85, still seeing a 3-minute delay there. And towards Durham, some minor delays, about 5 to 10-minute delays for most spots. Tune us in the radio, 1015 HD3.
A domestic violence advocate is accused of stealing thousands from domestic violence victims. 57-year-old Gloria Maldonado worked for Siler City Police since 2015. She was charged with 2 counts of attaining property by false pretense, and she's out on bond. She's due in court later this month. Today, roads will be closed in downtown Raleigh for the Hopscotch Music Festival. Fayetteville Street is closed between Davie Street and the south end of City Plaza. And Martin Street parking next to Moore Square is reserved for the festival. Next on Fox 50, a breaking announcement. The Durham YMCA will build a new facility. That's coming up next.
Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, a Johnson County road back open after a crash that had blocked all lanes. WRAL is live on the ground and in the air as authorities investigate.
And we do have changes in our weather pattern. It's going to be a little warmer today, and we'll end the day with a chance of some scattered storms. I'll show you who will most likely see them.
A new home for the YMCA. The YMCA of the Triangle announced new expansion plans at their downtown Durham campus. How the Y plans to have bigger and better on the American Tobacco campus.
And a jackpot skyrockets. After no winner last night, the Powerball jackpot has risen to its 3rd largest amount in Powerball history. Just how much you could win if you decide to play. That dream of becoming fabulously wealthy still alive, at least for the Powerball jackpot. Good morning, everyone. It is 8:31. Glad you're sticking with us. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Destiny Patterson. I mean, of course, we're wearing our blue because it's been so beautiful outside, but we knew that the rain was coming. Elizabeth Garner joining us now from the WRAL weather patio. Tell us about some of those rain chances.
So we have a cold front that's approaching the mountains right now, and you can see those showers and thunderstorms there. We're not likely to really have much rain in the triangle for today, or really for much of the weekend for that matter. So it's not going to feel like a rainy pattern, but we will have just smaller chances where we've had zero chances for the last week or so. So it's a small chance mainly in our northern counties starting at around 9 or 10 o'clock this evening. We may see a brief shower or thunderstorm late this evening closer to midnight in the triangle. This is a live look at the gardens right now, and you can see beautiful conditions. Temperatures are feeling comfortable at 63. Our dew point is still nice and low at 58, but our temperatures and our dew point will be a little higher than they were at this time. I should say later this afternoon. They'll be higher than they were yesterday. Our temperatures right now are mostly in the low to mid 60s. We do climb into the upper 80s for this afternoon. And again, we have that very small chance of overnight showers and thunderstorms. We're more likely to see a chance of rain in the afternoon on Sunday. So we'll check that out coming up in just a bit.
Seeing many spots with at least some minor delays across the area this morning. Headed westbound on I-40, still tracking some delays near Smithfield Drive. Also heading westbound on I-440, still some delays there on the northern portion of the belt line, so watching out for that. Also 540, still some delays westbound there. Also watching a new accident. I want to zoom in and show you where this accident is. This is going to be, if it'll zoom in for me here in a second. It'll take its time. There we go. This is near Tryon Road and Tryon Grove Drive. There's a report of the roadway being blocked there because of a multiple vehicle crash. So watching to see if there are any delays there. Right now, everything's in the green so far, but we could have some delays over the next little while as they work to clear that scene. So again, that's going to be on the south side of town, just south of I-40. And that's going to be Tryon Road and Tryon Grove Drive. So watch out for some delays in that general area. So far, the biggest delays have been from Wake Forest, a 14-minute delay still, from Knightdale, a 5-minute delay. To us in the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Thanks, Grant. We're working to learn more about a crash this morning in Raleigh. Sky 5 flew over that scene near Spring Forest Road and Ridgefield Drive around 7:30 this morning. You can see in that video there, one of those cars turned on its side, and that SUV that was involved in the crash. We've called Raleigh police for more information.
And within the last half hour, authorities cleared a crash that had part of a Johnston County road closed. Sky 5 busy this morning, flew over that scene on NC 222 near NC 42 just after 7 this morning. And video shows items in the road that were circled by authorities. We also saw an SUV that appears to have had its airbag deployed. We are working to get more information on what led to the crash.
New in the last 30 minutes, we've learned 2 people are in custody after shots were fired at state troopers. Highway Patrol says a trooper tried to pull a car over on I-295 just before 8:30 Tuesday night. The driver didn't stop, and Highway Patrol says a passenger leaned out of a window and started shooting. Troopers say 21-year-old Jamar Moore was the passenger that fired gunshots from the car. They also arrested 19-year-old Destiny Williamson, who they say was behind the wheel.
New this morning, the YMCA of the Triangle has revealed plans to expand in downtown Durham. WRAL's Ali Calabar was at the American Tobacco campus earlier this morning, and it was there to tell us about the big plans YMCA has in store.
Yes, this empty parking lot behind me, well, it's going to be 65,000 square feet, multiple stories of fitness areas and wellness programs. It's all going to be right here at the American Tobacco campus, generating a lot of excitement. Here's a better look of where this new facility will be. It's going to be next to the DPAC as well as Aloft Hotels. It's less than a half mile from the DBAP. WRAL's parent company, Capital Broadcasting, owns the American Tobacco campus. CBC Real Estate is working with the Y. CBC Real Estate Development Manager John Nelson says the Y will bring another feature to the campus.
Putting a new facility in easy walking distance of all those houses, apartments, and putting it also in close proximity to the Durham Transportation Center and the great connectivity that it has to our community is something that is hopefully going to be really beneficial.
The new facility will have indoor and outdoor fitness areas, an indoor pool, and more wellness programs. Construction is set to begin in 2027. It's expected to be open in 2029. Reporting in Durham, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
A domestic violence advocate for a local police department is accused of stealing from the people she was supposed to help. This is 57-year-old Gloria Maldonado, and she's worked for the Siler City Police Department since 2015. According to an arrest warrant, she pocketed thousands of dollars that was supposed to be used to help people get visas. Those visas specifically are for protecting victims of abuse while incentivizing them to help law enforcement investigate or prosecute the crimes. She's now out on bond, and she's due in court later this month.
A Wake County detention officer is accused of smuggling drugs to inmates. Investigators say 31-year-old Hillary Seekins was arrested at the detention center where she worked. She faces charges including possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver cocaine, marijuana, and Suboxone. Today, the DOT's effort to fill jobs at DMVs across the state moves forward. This is the second day of a job fair that's part of the State Transportation Summit at the Raleigh Convention Center. It's an effort to eventually sign on 97 new driver's license examiners over the next 2 years. The DMV is making changes to solve the problems of extreme wait times and a difficult appointment system.
Having more employees will definitely help. That is an answer, but there's not a silver bullet for the issues that we're facing. Things are already getting better. Our numbers are up as far as how many transactions we're doing, but we know that that's hard to see for our customers. And so we're doing what we can as fast as we can to make that better for our customers. But it is going to take some time.
DOT hiring managers will be at the convention center today from 8 to 3.
New this morning, the Powerball jackpot is climbing again. It's now $1.7 billion after another drawing with no grand prize winner. The numbers for last night's drawing were 3, 16, 29, 61, and 69. The Powerball was 22, and the Power Play multiplier was 2. The $1.7 billion jackpot for Saturday night's drawing is the third biggest prize in U.S. lottery history. If you win and choose the lump sum cash prize, that would be $770 million. And you can watch Saturday night's drawing right here on WRAL before our 11 o'clock newscast.
We want to give you a live look of Fayetteville Street in downtown Raleigh, where the Hopscotch Music Festival gets started today. You can see the tents and the main stage all set up there. As organizers are making the final preparations, we do have a few traffic alerts to tell you about. On your screen here is a layout of where the events are happening. Fayetteville Street between Davie Street and the south end of City Plaza will be shut down for the festival. Martin Street parking next to Moore Square, that's also reserved for the festival. This is the 15th year for the Hopscotch Music Festival. Today, the headliners are Earl Sweatshirt, Built to Spill, Unwound, and Frog. The Hopscotch Festival runs through Saturday.
Chris Levingood here on the WRAL Live Center. And within the past 15 minutes, we saw an update from Portuguese leadership talking about that deadly electric streetcar crash that happened the other day. And you'll see right here, this is just video of that aftermath. But right now, they're in the process of translating some of the things that were said during a press conference that wrapped up, again, about 10 or 15 minutes ago. We're talking about at least 17 people who were killed and 21 others who were injured. This happened in Lisbon. And as soon as that information from the translation comes in, we'll report it here on the WRAL Live Center.
A Granville County man was confronted by a woman he's accused of scamming.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
You're not looking at me.
I felt bad when it happened.
You didn't feel that bad. You spent $30,000 that she sent you.
Corey Woodall of Oxford is in a Florida jail. He's accused of convincing a woman that she was helping a wounded military dog and a retired Army general. Investigators say she was being scammed instead. They say Woodall received about $60,000, half of it in cash. Deputies say Woodall bought a car and a trailer and a lawnmower with that money. He's charged with an organized scheme to defraud and grand theft.
The Trump administration wants the Supreme Court to overturn a lower court ruling over his emergency tariffs. The lower court found the administration acted unlawfully by imposing many of President Trump's sweeping import taxes. The case could lead to a clearer understanding of the president's power to act without authority from Congress.
September savings. Labor Day weekend is known as the time to save, but there are plenty of deals you can still take advantage of this month. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe explains where to find them.
Plus, construction worker punched. New video shows a driver getting out of his car and then attacking a man near Charlotte. How the worker's crew helped track down the attacker.
Now giving you a live look from Fenton and Cary. Beautiful out there. Warmer temperatures and isolated showers are ahead today. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner explains when the heat will turn up and the best chance to see that rain.
All right, it is 8:45 and looking beautiful out here in the gardens and really all across the viewing area. 62 in Wilson, 63 in Durham, 62 in Fayetteville. It still feels comfortable this morning. Our dew points are low, but tomorrow morning you're going to notice a bigger difference. It's going to be a lot stickier. We're going to have a cold front that comes through. That's going to bring us a chance of some evening thunderstorms. Most of those storms will be up near the Virginia line, but between maybe 10 and 11, we could see a brief band of storms that comes through the triangle. Could affect folks who are headed to hopscotch. The biggest thing that you can do is make sure you've downloaded our WRAL app. You can follow along on radar, and of course, just keep checking in with us here on TV and online. Temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s, so it won't be as comfortable for exercising outside. Even, say, right after work around 6 or 7 o'clock, temperatures will still be in the low 80s.
And not tracking any delays on I-440 near Lasser Mill Road. Fortunately, things have been a little bit better on the north side of the belt line, but some areas on the east side headed westbound on 440 have had some delays there, and also on I-40 and I-87. We've had some delays in all those spots this morning, and still seeing some delays throughout this morning, mainly westbound on I-40, and then you can see that portion of I-440 headed westbound. As soon as you get off of 87, there's still some delays. To us on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Grant, thanks. The Labor Day weekend is behind us, but there are still plenty of chances to save this month. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe shows us the deals you can still take advantage of.
A lot of sales on big ticket items stick around past Labor Day, like large appliances and mattresses, so you can still save even if you miss the holiday weekend. The queen size Casper Dream is $500 off on the company's website. CR's tests show it's comfy, durable, and a standout for petite back sleepers. Another smart pick, this LG washing machine. Even at full price, it's a deal. But at Lowe's, you can save hundreds. CR says the front loader offers exceptional washing performance along with water and energy efficiency.
As retailers are shifting into fall mode, you've got a really good opportunity to save on items that are going to carry you into the new season.
Like a battery-powered Ego leaf blower on sale at Lowe's and Amazon. Perched at the top of CR's ratings, members love that it's reliable, powerful, and easy to handle. If your favorite season is football season, this top-rated Coleman portable grill is tailor-made for tailgating, and it's marked down at Amazon. Legs with built-in wheels make it easy to take along. Ashley Rowe, 5 on your side.
New video shows the moment a driver gets out of his car and punches a construction worker right in the face. This happened Tuesday afternoon in Huntersville, just north of Charlotte. Caleb Johnson says he was waving a stop sign as a flagger in a work zone. Moments later, witnesses captured that driver getting out, walking up to Johnson and punching him.
I think it was crazy. I think the scariest part was he talked to me. He was very non-threatening, non-aggressive. And so I think it's really scary that despite being in that much control, the fact that he was still willing to hit someone, I would just really wonder why. Like, what did he think would be a positive outcome from that situation?
Johnson's coworkers tried to block the driver in with road barrels, but he got away. The construction company got the license plate number and was able to track the driver down later. Both Johnson and his employer plan to press charges.
A new spinoff gets a quick renewal, and a movie. First looks include a horror franchise return. Here's Ashley Dvorkin with today's Hollywood Nation.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging and hazardous occupation.
A horror series continues. Jackson Lamb gets back to work, and the paper gets another print in the Hollywood Nation.
Here is one of my articles I'm particularly proud of.
Peacock renewed The Office spin-off The Paper for a second season, a day before its premiere today. The Donald Gleason-led mockumentary series has the same documentary crew who filmed at Dunder Mifflin, now at a historic Midwestern newspaper.
I am absolutely killing it right now.
Apple TV Plus shared a look at season 5 of the spy drama Slow Horses, with Gary Oldman as Jackson Lamb leading his team of dysfunctional MI5 agents. Part 5 drops September 24th.
The Earth is where we make our stand.
Netflix has a peek at A House of Dynamite from Oscar winner Kathryn Bigelow. The thriller starts with a missile launched at the U.S., kicking off a race to find those responsible and a response. Stars include Idris Elba and Rebecca Ferguson. It's in theaters October 10th, then streams October 24th. Sony released a trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, directed by Nia DaCosta. It's the next part of a new trilogy, which started this past June with 28 Years Later, returning to a world where threats range from the infected to the inhumanity of the survivors. The film is written by Alex Garland, with Danny Boyle as a producer and Cillian Murphy as an executive producer. The Bone Temple is in theaters January 16th, 2026.
I'm going to bring you here in the Live Center to show you this video that dropped in the feeds not long ago. It's about a story that went viral last week, but about this person who worked at a Chuck E. Cheese in the actual Chuck E. Cheese mascot costume arrested because investigators say he had stolen someone's credit card, used it for fraudulent purchases. And what you're seeing here is body cam video that was released. You see him being walked away. This actually happened on July 23rd, but we're seeing this video now. And that person, again, has since been arrested. But that's a story that was viral online. But you see that moment as it led up to after someone tipped off police about that arrest.
Viral because an interesting disguise, for sure. 8:51 now. Let's get to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner enjoying the sunshine out there on the patio. It's going to get warmer, and we do have a chance for showers today.
I think right now is the sweet spot. That sun has come up. It feels really comfortable. We still have nice low humidity for today, but we get into this afternoon, we start to see more of a southerly flow. It's going to bring that heat back in, so it'll feel like mid to upper 80s.